Hello one and all, this is Hybridsteel. Thank you very much for joining me in today's Hydroneer video. So, a little bit ago, I got I was doing a live stream for all you guys out there who wanted to see me do another speedrun and play a bit more Hydroneer. And a message popped up in my chat when people say stuff is I can't let it drop. I have a problem and literally it just means I have to keep trying until I can either prove them right or it goes back down as part of the information I use for these videos, which has been done before. Certain videos I've done are because other people have chimed in and actually I've gone over it and it all does make sense. So, going back to this guy, he came into my stream, had a little chat as he normally would, and then all of a sudden made this bold statement. I made $1 million in 1 minute and 22 seconds. Now, I'm not sure about the accent, I'm just doing that. But for me, 1 minute and 22 seconds to make $1 million, I was scratching my head. And so was one of the people who was in my chat as well, called Devlin. And she is a bit like me, but I think she, in fairness, she probably knows a lot more about this game than I do myself. So, we put our heads together over the past, I want to say 3 days now. Since building this, and basically we were trying to figure out how it would actually be possible to earn $1 million in just 1 minute. This is what I came up with. Her build looks a little bit more structured than mine, in fairness. Hers is a little bit better than mine, but I was just going for just pure unadulterated power. So there's 100% worth of pressure running through 3 harvesters down the end. Every single one of these Goliath drills is running at 100% pressure, but it cannot run for 1 minute because every time it fires dirt, it clogs up, it lags, and it's horrific. So I'm not sure how this person earned like $1 million in 1 minute and 22 anyway. So we did a bit of a breakdown. First off, I was trying to figure out on the sort of build I wanted to go with. So in order to sort of really maximize profit and to just really go for it, I converted every single belt to grinders, as you can see. Then we did a little bit of experimentation with harvesters. Turns out they're actually losing money the more you put through it because of the lag and so on and so forth. So I figured that the best way to do it would be to stagger them like when they launch. So this one actually like starts processing first, second and third, and then it also the lag doesn't seem as bad, but it's still pretty much there. The other thing that I was trying to do was trying to go for maximum profit at South Oak, because this is the only place that you can do a build this big within this floor space. So I had to put my Davids into the floor like this, and that's where the dirt comes out, and literally this drills down. Then it has to come down to the timing. Now the timing is, if you maximize your pressure into the back of a Goliath drill, you can make a Goliath spout dirt within 28 seconds on a rotation, which means you can technically get 3 rotations of a drill in 1 minute and 22. Taking away the amount of time it takes for the drill to retract and so on and so forth. So that's what we're going to do today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. It's going to take more than a minute, okay? Because what I literally have to do is I have to start the Goliaths up, run them for a cycle, so the drill goes down, spouts dirt, turns off, and then I turn the drills off. Then I literally have to clear the conveyor belts, right, and do the cycle again. Drill goes down, and then we all clear the conveyor belts. You're getting the gist. This is not a minute's worth of job, and this is what got me when he said he made $1 million in 1 minute. It can't be done because the amount of lag, unless you're using a £20,000 PC that's got like the greatest graphics cards ever, the greatest processors ever, and I'm going to say processors because you probably need 2 or I don't know, it's a ridiculous amount of money to be earning in that small amount of time. So this experiment, I'm going to be taking the three cycles you can do with a Goliath, which is 1 minute and 24 seconds. Like I said, we're taking away the time that it takes for the drill to retract and so on and so forth, so it actually does come in within 1 minute and 22, and then we're going to see how much money is there. This cannot be done in 1 minute and 22 seconds at all. Even the smelting process alone takes freaking ages. The other thing that we have to do is, because we're running in 3 different cycles, we literally have to run this 3 different times. And this means that everything that comes out of the smelters and out of the bits and pieces, we have to collect separately. It's the only way that I've been sort of tinkering around with the amount of time that we would have to spend doing this. in order to make this sort of money. So I'm confuzzled by how he did 1 minute and 22, because like I said, it's impossible unless he just had a fat stack of gold laying around. All we got to do now is turn it on. Like I said, I'm going to have to do this in 3 cycles, but you won't have to wait for the lag, because it takes on average about 10 minutes just to get through the lag phase of each cycle, which is why I think, and I'm going to call it, it's bullshit that you cannot do this in 1 minute. But there you go. So here we go. I'm going to turn this on now. I'm going to get up to the top where I have to basically make sure that the drills are working. And if they're not working, which they won't, so I'm going to have to put some dirt in the base of them first. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put the dirt in now. There we go. There's the dirt. It's all cycled through. It's all good. Need to toggle the Goliaths off before they turn on. Right, so they're off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my timer. And everyone knows the timer by now from my speedruns. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a timer. You'll see it in the top right hand corner. Right above my head. Well, up in the top right, not right above my head. And I'm going to show you how long it takes to get $1 million in 1 minute and 22 seconds. Alright? Let's start this crap up, shall we? Toggles, Goliath drills on. And there we go. Right, Goliaths are taking their first bow. So what we've had to do, this is the first cycle, by the way. First cycle, we've turned all the Goliaths off. Now we just have to let the dirt process. So guys, if you are enjoying this video so far, don't forget you can hit the like, subscribe and notification button below for all other riveting videos just like this. I'm going to be honest, the reason why this video is being made today is because it has ground my gears. I have tried to find the best way to make this, right? And I've done speedruns on how to get to 1 million. I've done guides on how to make the most money. Apart from the way that I'm doing this now, to condense it all down with like, that would be the only way that this could ever work. There is no way in hell you can make 360,000 in 20 seconds on this game and not lag the crap out of your system. So it should have been about 37 minutes it's taken us to like put all this together. Now I have to go through all that lovely joys of like smelting everything and making sure that it basically calculates everything. So first off, let's turn the water off. We don't need water anymore. Let's get our giant gems. Oh, okay. Let's not take that with us. Let's get our giant gems and stick that in the pan. We only need the things that are going to make us money, hence why I'm not really touching the shard bars. Alright, okay, so we'll take all this. Okay, so in all, each basket is worth 240... So this is what I mean, like when it comes down to average pricing and stuff. 242,000 to 244,000, okay? Now what we need to do is we need to smelt all the bars together. So all the gold, all the iron and everything else. And then we're basically literally going to add it all up. And there is the method. If you guys have ever watched any of my videos before, you'll know what I'm doing. I'm basically making the biggest of each thing. And the reason why we're doing this is because it takes 1 minute and 24 seconds to rotate a Goliath drill 3 times. Okay? 1 minute and 24. It doesn't seem a lot, but if you've got a computer fast enough to be able to do that, this is how much money you could make in that amount of time. Okay? I'm not going to show you how much it is just yet. Okay, we're going to the jewelers. We're going to see how much all this is worth. So here we go. We'll take this over here. 1 million in 3 rotations of the Goliaths. That's 1 million. Okay, so I'll stop the video there, should I? And we'll have a little natter. So to put this into perspective, that build is 270 Goliath drills, optimized to 100%, running on 3 separate conveyor belts, running to 3 separate harvesters that are 100% optimized and running through, and all the other water pressures and all the joys that we do on this. And I'm still having troubles loading everything. And the reason why is because of the amount of lag that's happening in the game. So making 1 million in just 1 minute and 24 seconds is practically impossible unless you have got a NASA space computer. or something that can run this game at least in a ridiculous fashion, like a Ryzen 9 3950X or the Ryzen 5 generation that's literally just come out. I think that apart from that, the person who came in and spoke to me in my live stream, and that live stream doesn't exist anymore, I'm not mentioning his name, but I feel that we've got to the bottom of the fact that I think he's lying. Just a little bit. Unless he just had a lot of money laying around, smooshed it all together and smelted it and was like, yeah, cool, I just made $1 million. But to actually go from 0 to $1 million in 1 minute and 24, you've got to have some sort of mass hysteric build. You've got to have something that's able to produce that much money that quickly and have a computer that doesn't lag that much. But to put it into perspective, it is possible to make $1 million in just 1 minute and 24, but you have to have a build that can run properly in 1 minute and 24. So yeah, the whole, like, the build did rotate 3 times, which you can do in the time allotted. Admittedly, I mean, smelting time, it'd be a little bit longer, but it's gonna take that long in order just to make the weapons and the necklaces you need to make this. But in order to sort of like do all that, yeah, you do need to have like a supercomputer to be able to put all of that together and to get it to run properly without lagging. The other problem is with the lag, it does take away some of the speed of the game. As you've seen, this took me nearly 40 minutes to do just through 3 rotations. To have that many particles in the map as well sucks. It takes a lot of processing power. It's not brilliant, let's put it that way. The math is there. If you have 270 Goliath drills running perfectly with no lag, you will be able to make $1 million in that shorter space of time. So I'm pretty much sure that this myth is now busted. Debunked, as my wife said. Yeah, it's debunked. But yeah, I think we're good now. I think that it's off my chest. It can be done if you have a good enough computer and a good enough setup. Apart from that, pretty much impossible to do if you're just a bog standard person like me running a mid-tier build, and most people who play this game on mid to low tier. So thank you very much for joining me. This has been Hybridsteel. If you have liked this, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and notification button below for all other updates. If you want to become a member of this channel now, there's a little join button about here, about there, and basically you click on that button, pays this channel a couple of pounds a month, and we're playing new games, and it goes towards supporting the channel financially, which is nice. Goes down to like keeping the computer running, and sort of I get to put a little bit away for savings to see if we can buy some new stuff for the channel. So thank you very much for joining me. Peace out, have fun, and enjoy everything you guys do. Bye bye for now.